Hello everyone, welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. This Saturday class is normally held at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and today, due to a household project that could only get done in the morning, we're doing it at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're watching it later as it's recorded, it won't matter, but that is the explanation for why the change. And please do tune in if you do like the live streams on Thursday morning at 10:30 and on Saturday. Thursday is Hatha Yoga and Saturday is Vinyasa Yoga. So welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. Let's start with a nice warm-up. So go ahead and stand with the feet parallel. Stand nice and tall and breathe deep. Breathe deep, a little bit deeper each round. And we'll go ahead and paint the house. Fingers down, arms up, and then palms push out, arms down. Continuing. Deep breath. And when you're done with painting the house, lift the arms and then holding the right wrist, stretching to the left, hips pressing to the right, switching the grip, stretching, the hips pressing to the left, and going side to side. The holding of the wrist can help to stretch a little deeper into the side body. And of course, since we're still warming up, you don't have to try and go very far. Just enjoy breathing and building some circulation. And come on back to center. And swan dive over the legs. Fold down. And then fold the arms into each other. Let everything relax and just hang down. Relax down the back of the neck. Deep, deep breath. And then place the hands in position. Press back to downward dog, lifting the hips high, relaxing the head. Long spine. Really work on lifting that lower back and the tailbone. And take the knees down. And let's roll out the back. This is one I commonly do in the beginning of class. It may seem boring if you've done it again and again, but it just works so well in terms of loosening up, getting in touch with all the different types of your spine, and then remembering the sensation of what it's like to be present with each little part of your spine as we approach all spinal movements, more latent and more subtle. A couple more breaths. And child's pose. Take a nice long child. Remember, you can do child to rest. However, we're doing child now just to establish relaxation. And remember, we want to maintain the thread of relaxation in all the poses to follow. And let's go ahead and come back to hands and knees, and we'll come back to a dog stretch. Downward dog pose. Press the hands forward, lift the hips high. Take a plank position. Back to downward dog. Repeat the plank flow several more times. When you come forward, don't come forward too much. Don't ride the wrist, but do be very steady in the plank. And then transition when you're ready, all the way down. Reach back through the feet, And lift the chest and lower, making nice, smooth, controlled motions. Lifting and lowering, just this nice basic cobra. And switching to a locust repetition where you lift the legs and the chest, roll the knees in just a tad. At least don't let the heels squeeze in that much. Keep the legs lengthened and active. Couple more breaths. And when you're ready, take a cobra, but leave the elbows a little bit bent and work on opening up in the chest. And come on down. Use the core to lift. Downward dog. And inhale, plank again. Exhale, lower all the way. And inhale, cobra. And exhale, lower. Then bring the hands to the lower part of the ribs and inhale, up dog. Or you could just lift to neutral. And draw into the abs, push back into the legs, downward dog. Deep breath, hips high. Walk or lightly hop. Feet to hands. Come into a partial lift position and then fold down deeper. Bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Come to standing, and then again we'll take chair pose, Utkatasana. You go a little bit into it, medium amount, or go really deep if that suits you. Keep some weight going back and drawing into the abs. The spine's nice and straight. Now let's move the arms. Arms back, arms up, arms back. Breathe slower than you move. So your breath is really long, but your movements are more active. Really building up the heat and circulation in the body. Good, and then hands down, push back, dog stretch. And inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath. Long lower back, hips high, slowing down the exhale. And knees down, let's go ahead and turn to the side. Walk or lightly hop the feet apart. Centering and having a nice flat back. Toes turning in a bit. And bending the right knee, bending the left knee. Do that a few more times, back to center. Side to side and then back to center. Breathing all the while, centering with the breath. The more the breath is smooth, the more that smooth quality will reflect in the movement and the mind and emotions as well. Very good. Let's take a spin to the right foot. Spin into a runner's lunge. Adjust for a moment. Work on lifting the chest. Then take warrior one. You put the back foot down. Be strong in both legs. Rise on up and square the hips. Hands down. And then spin back to the straddle. Bend the left leg and then the right. And then make a spin to the left foot. Take a lunging position. And when you're ready, Warrior position, warrior one, the hips squaring for a nice stretch. The knee forward or slightly open. Deep breath. Hands down and spin to the side. And again, bend the right knee, followed by the left. And draw into the core. Come on up. Open up the right foot and the arms. Make sure the right foot's totally open. And once you have that fully open foot, take warrior two. Keep the knee open and the back leg strong, the arms lifted, the breath full and deep. And relax the arms and legs and turn that back foot up. And open up that left foot, spreading the toes. Warrior two, second side, still breathing, very deep. And relaxing the arms and legs, centering, bringing the feet a little closer and opening the toes. Let's do some horse stance, where you bend and lift a few times. And then bend and sustain. Use the hands to help the knees open, and then if you'd like, lift up the arms and sit really low. Deep, deep breath. Very good, and then rise on up. Slowly walk closer together, and come back to the top of the mat. Feet still parallel. Again, chair poses, a medium amount, we're going very low, and then moving the arms. Breathing deep and slow, moving the arms a little bit more actively, keeping some weight back in the heels. And hands down, plank position. Hover down, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath. Knees down. And let's go ahead and leave the right knee down, lengthen the left leg, and take the left arm up. Come on down. Take a plank position, and then just hold and breathe and apply the form. Parting the shoulder blades, flattening or rounding the back, firming the legs. And left knee down, right arm up. And come back to plank. Now feet together or kickstand. Left arm up, flex both feet. Come back to plank. Feet together. Left arm up. Come back. And if you like, add a push-up. Dog stretch. And go ahead and take child's pose. And come on up, sitting or kneeling. Big step up with the right foot. And lengthen the back leg. And come on up to crescent. And really engage in the back leg. Sit nice and low. And take the arms up, knee facing forward or slightly open. Squaring the hips. Take a half lower. And lift. Now go down and touch near the heel. And lift. And then do a full bow or any of the previous forms. And lift. And sit low and keep the back heel centered and the back leg strong. Deep breath. Hands down. Left arm down, right arm up. Rotated raised runner. Good, come on down. And if you'd like, work through a nice vinyasa flow. Upward dog or cobra, possibly an extra chaturanga, downward dog. Deep breath. Child's pose. And come on up. Sitting, kneeling, big step up with the left foot. And take crescent lunge. Lengthening the back leg, working the hips down, sitting low into it, knee forward or slightly open, arms up. Glutes down, abs in. Centering that back heel. Deep, deep breath. And now lower a little bit and use the core. Inhale, lift. Lower and touch near the foot or the heel. Inhale, lift, and do either of those two methods or the full lower. Arms back, and then inhale, lift, and really tone that back leg and sit low. Being strong in the lower body. Long in the spine and open in the shoulders. Still breathing. Hands down. Right hand stays down. Left arm up, enjoying that nice twist. Look up if you can. Look forward or down if you need. And stay with the breath. Come on down. Either go right to down dog or feel free to add in chaturanga, up dog, optional extra chaturanga, back to down dog. Deep, deep breath. And go ahead and take child's pose again. And then when you're ready to continue the standing pose sequence, come to sitting or kneeling. I'm sitting in a toe stretch here. You can try that. Or just kneeling if your feet hurt. Right foot steps up. And then this time, warrior one. Back foot down. You lunge deep into it, squaring those hips, abs in, and then take a half bow. Inhale, lift, and a 2/3 bow. Inhale, lift, and a full bow. Inhale, lift, and sit low. Strong back leg, really press into the outer edge of the foot. The hands can be together if you have good form with that. Otherwise, wider, the knee can be forward or slightly wide. Don't want it facing in. Plank position, holding and breathing. And knees down, arms forward, legs way back, and drop the tailbone, lift and squeeze the core, deep breath. Really strong active legs. Remember to push back through the heels as we keep holding. And take a nice Sphinx stretch. And if you like, come on down. You lift to neutral or bring the hands pretty low. Take upward dog. Downward dog. Child's pose. And come on up. Sitting or kneeling. Big step up with the left foot. Maybe take 2 steps if you need. Long stride. Knee just above the heel or ankle. That's perfect. Back heel down. Really press into the back heel and outer foot. Warrior one. Knee forward or slightly open. Square the hips for a great stretch.
while you also focus on strengthening in the body. Half bow. Inhale, lift. 2/3. Inhale, lift. And full bow. Lift. Rise with the breath. Sit low. Stand tall. Plank position. Holding. Strengthening. You need to rest, and feel free to rest. Resting is a good thing. You don't get stronger without combining rest with strengthening. But otherwise, we'll hold this, strengthening and breathing. And then knees down, elbows down. Walk the legs way, way back. Drop the hips, tuck the tail. Elbow plank. And then the Sphinx. And go ahead and take the right arm overhead. Roll to the side and hold the head. Lift the top leg with the foot flex 3 times. And then bend and open the knee and take the bent knee, either stay like that or take the foot and extend partway or fully. And if you're losing your balance, you could bend the bottom leg, but otherwise, if you can keep both legs a little more lengthening, that's the full challenge. And switching sides. Let's go ahead and do those 3 leg lifts while holding the head, flexing the foot, which helps you to strengthen these little muscles in the side of the thigh and hip. And then rotating the thigh open, bending the knee, and holding the foot and extending the leg and opening. And come on down. Use the core and lift. And push into the legs. Dog stretch. And knees down. Let's go ahead and again turn to the side of the mat and walk or hop the feet apart. Hold the floor or hold the ankles. Take deep breath. Lengthen out through the spine. Use the core to lift. Come on up. Open up the right foot all the way. Open the arms. And again, warrior 2. Now let's transition to a half moon where we glide down, center the back heel, pass through a raised lunge, hands forward, lift the back leg and flex the foot. It's enough just to do this, but if you're able to stack the hip, do that, and then possibly lift the top arm,
half moon. And come on back, but keep the back leg up. And step back to side angle. So the leg lowers, and then you lift, and you can take the arm behind the back, that variation of side angle. Warrior two. And relax. Let's do the other side. So you open the opposite foot, turn that back foot in. What was just the front foot now becomes the back. As above, so below. Lunging into the warrior two. Keep the knee open. Glutes down, abs in. And then passing through a lunge. Adjusting, lifting that back leg. Flexing the foot. Half moon. You could just keep both hands down and work on opening the hip. Otherwise, you open the hip, then the body. Breathing all the while. Hands down, but keep the back leg lifted. And then take a long step into side angles. Pass through side angle to warrior two. Sit low and relax arms and legs. Clasp the hands behind the back or hold the strap. Stretch first and really open in the chest and shoulders. Then take a deeper shoulder stretch. Prasarita variation C. Big bend in the knees, come on up. And slowly bring the feet a little closer. And again, goddess pose. Open the toes, bend both knees, and either keep the hands on the knees or bring the arms up. Keep the knees widening so you feel that great stretch in the groin. And come on up and relax the arms and legs. Slowly bring the feet a little closer together. Feet together. Right knee into chest. And then open out to the side. Maybe hold the hip. Stay like this or hold the foot and extend part way. And eventually fully. Keep holding the hip or arm out to the side for a counterbalance. And keep rolling the thigh out as you draw this hip back. You breathe into that openness all through the body. Have a steady gaze, maybe look at the floor. And we will do the other leg. Lift the knee, open, stay like this, or hold the foot, come part way. Or you can do the more full variation, your choice. Remember, when in doubt, modify and just breathe. Very good. We'll release that leg. You could just take a slow, easy transition to child or down dog. Otherwise, a standing arch and a sun salutation motion. Up dog, down dog with the breath. Option, bonus chaturanga, and all roads lead to downward dog. Let's do swan pose on the right knee. Bring it really far forward, but have this front foot tucked further back. Open the knee a little out to the side. Bring the hands back, open the chest. Center the back knee. Move the right hand forward to the inside and add the thigh stretch. If you don't like the thigh stretch, do a forward bend instead. Otherwise, swan thigh stretch. Breathing, steady gaze. And we'll do one roll down. You roll down and then tuck the chin and come on up. Exhale. Downward dog. And left side.
Swan stretch. Bring the left knee as far forward and slightly wide as you can. Work on lifting the chest. Eventually you can bring the hands further back. And you can have the hands more forward if your back is sore. If you want to practice strengthening the back, you can have the hands lifting a little bit. You can use that to fluff up your COVID fro. And then move the back knee to the inland part of the mat, just a little to the midline, likewise with the hand, and stretch the thigh. Do the forward bend instead. Otherwise, practice this variation. Preferably, if you had to modify on one side, you would modify on both sides. Otherwise, you're going to keep making the sides uneven. And release that stretch. Let's move through a nice roll where you do a wave of the spine. It's an up dog, down dog, or just a direct restful transition. The next pose will be a camel. So our thighs are nice and loosened up. So we can transition to sitting on the heels or between the heels. If your knees hurt or your back doesn't respond well to camel, feel free to do a bow or a cobra or a sphinx. You can also just do like a fish from like the starting point of camel, where you just practice arching your chest. Maybe you're sitting on a bunch of cushions. If you can, knees a little on the wide side, hold the heels, lift with the core, your thighs and your deeper inner strength. You lift, open up in the chest. And only if your shoulder blades are coming together and you have some good padding of the neck muscles and the upper back muscles, that is holding the neck, you take the head back. It should feel good. If not, modify, but do breathe. Use inner strength to come down without rushing. And let's take a nice down dog with a very long spine. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Let's do up dog, where you bring the hands lower. Then take up dog, lifting and stretching. Holding the up dog, you can do cobra or sphinx instead. Otherwise, 3 to 5 breaths here. Don't lift the head unless you're really opening in the chest. Deep breath, one more long round. And keep the core supporting the back as you take down dog. Right knee forward again. Swan stretch. Forward bend. And come on up and take downward dog. Left knee forward. Swan. And forward bend. Come on up. Exhale, downward dog. Now go ahead and jump through to sitting, crossing the legs, or walk up slowly and sit down carefully. Otherwise, you can stand gently on the feet, legs through, hips back, arms lift, strong spine, and then Paschimottanasana. Take some time to breathe, relax the neck and head, relax the mind, slowing down the thoughts, turning the volume down gradually. And release the forward bend. Go ahead and widen the legs. Yeah, I like to turn sideways so my heels can be on the padding. You can do that or you don't have to. And we'll take the arms up and stretch to one leg. Maybe just holding the leg and eventually holding the foot. And we'll do the other side. Oh, let's do the arms up again like we did before. That's it. And holding the leg or the other foot. Excellent. Let's release, stretch, and slowly set up to lower onto the back. Make sure there's enough room behind you. Come back and down and take knees to chest. And let's do a reclined easy seat where you have the right foot tucked to the inside. You lower the legs, open the knees. It's a nice stretch for the thighs as well as the hips. Deep breath. And go ahead and switch sides. And go ahead and lift the knees, open the arms a bit, take the legs to the left, the body twisting right. And other side. You feel nice and complete. Come on back to knees to chest. And then feet to the ground. Butterfly. Knees open, hips open, neck is nice and long. We take some time to breathe. You would be welcome to do this for the next 5 minutes or more as your Shavasana. Otherwise, we'll take about 5 breaths and then open up the arms and legs for a traditional Shavasana. Either way, we're working deeper and deeper into the state of relaxation that resides in all of our core, working back to that natural state, peacefulness and calm deep inside. Very good. Arms and legs completely relaxed. Close the eyes. Let's take a little while here to process our practice and really absorb and digest all the benefits, movement, health poses, and the breath. When you're ready, we'll deepen the breath. Let's go ahead and come back to the body. Take knees to chest. And then let's take a closing seat. Once in our closing seat, sit comfortably in the legs, sit tall in the spine. Let's do a clearing breath and 3 ohms. Breathing in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And breathing in. Thank you so very much. Namaste. Very good, everyone. Look forward to more classes. If you were local in Santa Cruz, I'm doing a class in the park, Winkle Farm Park tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's nice grounding hatha yoga. This week is the last week I'm doing my night classes there before the time changes, and those are core conditioning. I'll probably start putting up more core videos on YouTube Live once that has changed as well. So these classes, my public classes, my online classes, they're all for donations. So please give a donation, even a small one. Don't be embarrassed to send me a few bucks. It really helps me out a lot. Medium one's good, big one's great. Anything is good. And if you don't have a lot of cash, keep training, keep practicing. Just send the links to your friends. Give me a good comment. Give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. And I really appreciate that. It helps me and my family out a lot. So thank you so much. I will be back on Thursday, if not sooner, with short form content. And I look forward to spending more time together training online. I will see you soon.